Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about the advantages of meal planning. Can it really help? If you're like many people out there, you've probably bought a whole ton of recipe books. Filling your shelf, all these beautiful books. You had the best of intentions when you bought them in the bookstore. All these wonderful pictures and all these recipes you're going to try, and you just never got around to doing it. The problem is, who has time to read them? And you may be there feeling like you ended up wasting your money. But don't worry, I'm here to assure you that you haven't wasted your money, and there's still hope you can use these books and actually end up loving it. So of course I'm talking about meal planning. Here are some of the advantages to meal planning. Now, a well laid out meal plan can give you quite a few things. One of them is time. You're probably familiar with the whole idea of rushing home from work, wondering what to cook, and then you're probably thinking about what's in the cupboard or what's in the fridge, and then you think of something that you want to cook, but then you realize that there's one or two ingredients that you don't have. So then you have to make a quick stop, quote unquote quick stop, at the supermarket, pick up some more ingredients, and then you intend to spend 10 minutes. 10 minutes ends up becoming 45 minutes, and you do this like 3 times a week. With meal planning and a nicely laid out meal plan, you won't have that problem anymore. If you know exactly what you're going to cook ahead of time, then you'll also know what you need to buy in the supermarket. And this, of course, leads to my next point: saving you money. Now, you're probably like I was. You go into the supermarket, you pick up some stuff, you see something here, you see something there, and before you know it, you intended to spend $25, you end up spending $60 or $100. A lot of times what this ends up doing, you end up buying stuff you don't need. And they'll go in your cupboard, or they go in your fridge, and they'll sit there, you'll never use them, and then they pass their expiry date, or they start to show signs of spoiling, and you throw them out. So you just threw away money. Not a good look. The other advantage of meal planning is that you can reduce your workload. Let me explain. Now, when you have a decent meal plan set up, you'll know what you're going to cook ahead of time. You'll know what you need to buy, so you would have bought them ahead of time. But also, if you live in a house where there's other people living in the house with you, say you have a family, or you live with a roommate, or with siblings or whatever, they can help you with the work, even if you're the only person that can cook. So you're the only one that has any cooking skills at all in the house. No, I can't, everyone else is saying, "Oh, I can't cook, I'll burn water," or whatever. They can still help. They can take out a chicken to thaw. They can cut up vegetables or seasonings or whatever. They can take out the plates, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff that people in the house can help you with. Even young children can help in certain regards. So this can share your workload, which leads to significantly reducing stress. The stress associated with meal prep, at least. There is this mad dash to the supermarket is eliminated. This whole, okay, I gotta get home in time so I have enough time to prepare meals. If someone gets home before you do, they can start the process. So the whole thing is shared, and it works out much better. Moving on. Let's say you go to a restaurant, or you go to a friend's house, and they cook something that you really like. So you say, I want to try that. So you can talk to the chef if it's a restaurant, or you can buy one of those books that they have online teaching you how to make the recipes in restaurants. Or you can ask your friend for the recipe, and then adding that recipe and then actually ended up cooking it and trying it is just as simple as plugging it into your existing meal plan. So you can either swap out something for so let's say next week Wednesday, or you just add it to if you're doing your meal plans 1 week at a time, then you just have something that you add to next week's meal plan, and so on. So adding recipes is a breeze, and this of course leads to flexibility. You can plan your meals any way you want. You can choose what you're gonna cook, how often you're gonna cook per week. If let's say you don't want to cook for lunch and dinner, you can just cook dinner and then cook enough for lunch the following day. Or you wanna have a particular night out of the week that you don't want to cook, you're gonna go to a restaurant or whatever, you can plug that in. That's really easy to do. So it affords you quite a bit of flexibility. So of course the next obvious question, now that you know the advantages, is how easy is it to create a meal plan? When you hear the term meal planning, a lot of people cringe, thinking it's difficult, or it's complicated, or you need special training. You don't. And to prove this, I've actually created another video over on my website, learnquickeasymealplanning.com, where I'm going to walk you through creating a 1-week meal plan from scratch. It's completely free. You get to look over my shoulder. I'll show you the tool that I use and whatever else. And it literally took me around 5 minutes, and more than half of that was spent me just explaining how it's done. It can probably take you a lot less. So head on over to learnquickeasymealplanning.com. Learn how to do this. It's really easy. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and reduces stress and all the other benefits I mentioned before. So I'll see you over there. learnquickeasymealplanning.com.